Hi there, Manuel here, and in this video we're going to talk about 3 simple strategies that make Forex trading easy, especially for beginners. Yeah, so I'm going to go through just 3 simple strategies that will make this stuff really easy. But firstly, I know that if you're a beginner and you've just come to this world of trading, you've decided that this is going to be the way forward for you, this is going to be the way you make money, it's almost like people are starting to speak a different language to you. It must all be super confusing. You must think, you're hearing all these terms like pips, trend lines, support and resistance, indicators, and it might just be completely blowing your mind. And you think, my gosh, am I the type of person that can actually even really make this stuff work? Do you know what I mean? So I want to make your life a lot easier, and I'm just going to make this really simple and dumb it down for you and just show you 3 simple strategies that you can use to actually start earning and making some money on the charts, And I'm also, in a second, going to give you access to 5, 6, 7 figure earners, that are going to show you. Hi there, Manuel here, and today we're going to be talking about 3 simple strategies that make Forex trading easy for beginners. Yes, so maybe you've come to Forex and you've decided that, Forex is the way I want to use to make money. I've heard so many people talking about it. Now I want to look at it for myself. And maybe you are a beginner and you've just seen all this stuff. Now you've come to it and you've heard all these terms and you're like, this is super confusing. It's like they're talking another language because you're hearing terms like pips, trend, support and resistance, indicators, and maybe it's just overwhelming you as a beginner. You're just thinking, this is just too much. It's like I'm learning Japanese here or something. It's just too difficult for me, So what I want to do is just give you some, simplified, kind of dumbed down 3 strategies that you can use, you can identify on the charts, and it will actually help you with your trading. It will actually help you to get started, and hopefully it will take away some of the overwhelm for you, Also, I'm going to, in a moment, give you access to people that can help you. 5, 6, 7 figure earners that have really mastered this. And you can get access to them completely for free for a whole week where they can answer your questions. They can show you their trades. They show you exactly what they're doing. They show you this stuff I'm going to show you as well today. Show you how they identify it and show you how you can use it to actually make profit. They may even give you some trade ideas that you can take away and actually earn from in this kind of free training series. So if that's something you might be interested in, hold on, I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But yeah, let's get back to kind of the trading. And like I said, I know as a newbie, as a beginner, this is going to be completely, it's going to just be overwhelming, but you have to think to yourself, when you start something new, it always seems difficult at the beginning. Think about like when you learn to drive, for example, if you can drive, or any skill, when you learn to cook or whatever. Initially, it's difficult until it isn't. Driving instructor, and I used to teach people how to drive. So initially, people would just be all over the place. They'll be stalling and all this sort of stuff would all be going wrong. And then after doing it for a while, you get to a point where you're now driving, you can actually be, some women are putting their makeup on, or some guys are on their phone while this is doing it, because now you're not having to think about it. And this is the same with any new skill, including trading. Also think about like how long this could potentially, because people ask me how long it's going to take. I'm a beginner and this is just going to take me forever. Everybody else out there is making tons and tons of money. I don't know how I can make this work. Think about something like a doctor, for example. A doctor has to study for 7 years before they can call themselves an MD, before they can put doctor behind their name. 7 years. Most top traders, especially the people that we have in our group, and like I said, I'm going to give you access to that in a moment and tell you a little bit more about that. Most of them that are really, really good, they concentrate for about a year. They see these simple patterns that I'm going to show you. And once they can identify them, then, the sky's the limit, and they can do this after a year. So from a year onwards, even less if you really want to focus, we say at least 90 days, just compare the difference. Yeah, things are hard for a doctor. 7 years, yeah, compared to maybe a year or less to earn potentially the same amount that any doctor out there can make, and a lot easier as well. You're not running around with a beep and thing going off every 2 seconds, So let's get to the strategies that we was talking about. What we look for on the charts is, I'm going to show you one of them here, is what we call consolidation. And don't worry about all these long terms. Like I said, I'll give you access to our training if you need it. But it's just when price starts to go sideways. Can you see I've drawn a box around it here? Let me just see if I can take this box out of the way so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah. So when price starts to do this thing and it goes sideways, it's called consolidation. You don't need to think about all these kind of like complicated terms. Just think price is going sideways. It seems like it's going nowhere, up and down, up and down. No, not shooting out like this, moving. It's just going sideways. It's like it's gone nowhere. This is what we look for. We look for two very, very simple strategies, that you can see on the chart all the time. Price just starts to do it. And this is the clue that things are about to happen. And if you can identify this, then honestly, the sky's the limit. So we saw this on the charts. You can see it's going sideways. We call this a box trade. Just goes sideways, then it pushes out of the box, comes back in to usually the last up candle before this big down move. This is where you'd be thinking about getting involved, and you see you put a sell in and you see the thing just fell off the face of the earth. Yeah. Some of that might not make sense, but the thing I want you to notice, this is the 3 strategies I'm showing you. The first one is a box, identifying a box. This one called the box trade. The second one is also a box. Yeah. Again, can you see price just goes sideways? We can see that. This is not a difficult thing to see on the chart. Forgetting all these other complicated things, trends, trend lines, all this. Just say, can I see a box? This is the second one. There's a box there. This time, instead of shooting out, it comes out at the bottom. Then it comes out the top. Then it comes back to a candle. Again, let me take this off. 1 second. One we call a banker's candle. But again, don't get too confused with all these terms. My thing's going a bit crazy here. Don't get too confused with all these terms, but down to this candle here. Let me show it to you. This one right there. This last down before this big up. Then that's usually where price comes back to. You get in here and you can see what price done. It shot off, and that's putting you into profit. Do you know what I mean? Most people can see a box, a consolidation on the charts. You too could probably see that. And the third strategy that we use to make life easy, because there's so many pairs out there. There's 32 like liquid pairs, and there's hundreds of other ones. But so which ones do we trade? Which ones are showing the boxes ready for us to take the trade? We then use something we call a scanner, and it gives you. Can you see? It gives you the pairs that are actually showing up with these boxes. Things are starting to happen. It's telling you, go and have a look. In this case, it was Euro odd. Go and have a look at the Euro odd or the Euro CAD or whatever. This one's Euro CAD, and have a look to see if this box is showing up. I mean, do you think you could do that? Leave it in the comments if you think this is easy, this is simple, and you could probably do that. Do you know what I mean? I think potentially you could. I mean, this isn't, of all the strategies you're probably going to be taught in this Forex and things you're going to learn, this is probably one of the most simplest ones that there is. And it's one of the ones that's going to give you one of the highest what we call risk to reward. That's another thing that gets really confusing with people. All the maths that you have to do, like risk to reward, lot sizes, all this stuff, again, will just confuse your mind. And we give you software that works all that out for you, so you don't even need to worry about all of that. Do you know what I mean? So, but like I said earlier, I'm going to give you a chance to come and actually train and trade with us for a whole week, completely for free. Not wanting a credit card, not wanting anything. If that's something you may be interested in, you get every single day. It starts at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. GMT, UK time. Every day, the leaders get on, like I said, 5, 6, 7 figure earners and all the group, we get on and we look at the charts and we look for these things showing up. And sometimes they even give you trade ideas that you can take away and actually earn from in a free week. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. If that's something you may be interested in, I'm probably going to leave I'll leave details in the comments below, and once you clicked on that and you've opted in, you'll get all access to it completely for free. It's a Facebook group, and every day you can come, you can train with us, you can have a look at it and see if you really like it or not, if this is for you. All right then, listen, I hope you got some value from this. If you did, please take a second, just give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, anything doesn't make sense, then don't hesitate. Just leave it in the comments below. Any questions you have, and I'll get back to it and I'll answer it myself. All right then, once again, thanks for listening. Till next time, you take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. All the best. Take care.